JAWS by Kathy Smiley. JAWS stands for Job Access with Speech. It is produced by the Blind and Low Vision Group of Freedom Science in St. Petersburg, Florida. JAWS is the most popular screen reader available today. A new version of JAWS is released once a year with minor updates in between. The newest version of JAWS is JAWS 17. It was released in October of 2015. History of JAWS. JAWS was first released in 1989 by Ted Hunter. He became blind after an automobile accident. JAWS was originally created for MS-DOS operating system. The original design goal was not to interfere with the natural use of Windows. JAWS allows blind and visually impaired users the ability to read the screen with a text-to-speech output or by a refreshable braille display. JAWS is supported by all versions of Windows. There are two versions of JAWS: the Home Use Edition and Professional Edition or commercial use. JAWS Professional cost $1,095. JAWS Home cost $895. There is a 90-day trial that costs $179. And there's also available JAWS training that ranges from $750 to $995.
JAWS for Windows is ready. Alt-Control-N. Document 1 Microsoft Word. Print view. Edit. OK but space. Unavailable. Document 1. Print view. Edit. I. Space A S space D E N O S E R A T I N G space A O double space E O U N E space J A double S O S T E O N E U T E R here space. Top of file. I am demonstrating how to use JAWS on the computer. Bottom of file. I am I T space I N space. I space E I. Top of file. I am demonstrating how to use JAWS on the computer. Control S. Save as dialog. File name : edit. I am demonstrating the DEMONSTRATION space 2. Enter. Demonstration 2. Print view. Edit. Alt F4. Unloading JAWS. Quit JAWS dial. Enter.
JAWS software has many different features, and below are a list are some of those. JAWS has two multilingual synthesizers. It has a talking installation, built-in free DAISY player and full set of DAISY formatted basic training books. JAWS works with Microsoft Office, Internet Explorer, Firefox, and much more. JAWS is supported by Windows 8.1 and Windows 10, including touchscreen and gestures. Its support for MathML content presented in Internet Explorer that is rendered with MaxJax. Facts information look up at your fingertips with Research It. Convenient OCR features provide access to text of PDF documents, even those with scanned images that are reported as empty documents by screen readers. JAWS has a save time with skim reading. The only Windows screen reader to provide contracted Braille input from a Braille keyboard, and JAWS is fully compatible with Magic Screen magnification software and OpenBook screening and reading programs. Some of JAWS' advanced features are as follows. JAWS Tandem is available for free to help with support and training. Optional support for Citrix terminal services and remote desktop. powerful script language to customize the user's experience on any application. JAWS includes drives for all popular Braille displays, and it also includes voices for over 30 different languages. The newest JAWS to be released is JAWS 17. The new feature that this JAWS version contains is the Smart Navigation. This feature is designed to make it more efficient when navigating web-based applications with the virtual cursor as the left and right arrows, or control and left and control right arrow commands move by control instead of character and words. This makes navigation such as moving across toolbars, tabs, strips, and navigation links more like navigating around a desktop application. JAWS has many features that you can change and modify, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. I do have my JAWS on. I just turned it down so it wouldn't be distracting, and I'm running a JAWS 15.0 version. First thing I need to do is go to Start, All Programs, and then I'm going to come up here and find my JAWS. And then off to the right of it is going to come out a little sidebar, and I'm going to explore JAWS, explore my setting. When it gets to this point, you need to click on the default, and it's going to come up with all of these features that you can change and modify. Now, I'm not going to go through every single one, but I'm going to go through several of these. Under text processing, I'm going to go under General. And to the right, it's going to come up all these different features that you can click on or off. You can have JAWS indicate tables, smart word processing. If you want the kids to use a dictionary not using JAWS, you can easily click it off or click it on. And depending on the age of your student, there's also a spelling phonetically always. You can click that on so when they're typing and they phonetically spell a word, it won't change it or bring it up as wrong. Also under General, we're going to look at the number and data processing. And what I thought was neat on here is if you go to speak single digits, you can click on the arrow and it'll bring down a little bar. And you can either control how many digits that JAWS speaks by the synthesizer, or you can simply click on 5 or more digits that JAWS will read, 6 or more digits, 7 or more digits, 8 or more digits. And depending on what you're doing, JAWS will read dashes, or you can click it off so it doesn't read dashes. And you can also click on for it to read dollars, or click it off so it doesn't. Like I said, it depends on the age of your students and what you want your students to do with JAWS at that time. Another feature is Say It. And it comes up, when you click on Say It, it comes up with this. And on this one, under Say All Scheme, you can have JAWS say all text with sounds, or you can have JAWS say text only, depending on your kids and what you're doing. You can also come up here to Say All Reads. You can have JAWS read with pauses, one line at a time, or without pauses, one line at a time. You can have JAWS read the entire sentence at a time, or have JAWS read an entire paragraph. Again, it depends on the age of your students and what you are wanting them to do. Next we're going to look at is voice analysis. And I think this one's neat. You just click on voice analysis, click on customize, and then it comes up with all these different options. And then you can go down here to modify. Like I got it on bold voice right now. And I'm going to turn up my JAWS so you can hear it. And I'm going to go down to modify.
Button. To activate, press space bar, Alt plus N.
Voice aliases, dash voice aliases.
And you simply just move the
Voice alias,
pitch
pitch, colon, left, right, slow. Voice alias, speech rate, colon, left, right,
back
slow.
and forth for
increase of-
speed rate.
voice alias pitch left right slider 68%.
To increase or decrease, use the arrow.
Person list box rock.
Voice alias person combo box.
So you have a lady voice.
Voice alias voice alias speech rate left right slider 20 person
And these are all just different
Voice alias person voice alias pitch
different voices. So this is something you can change for the students to make JAWS a little bit more interesting, or change it
Voice alias person combo box. Grammar.
8 of 9.
to fit, you know, their personality or what they like.
Voice alias speech rate left right slider 40%.
To increase.
You can slow it down if you have a student that kind of has trouble with listening or comprehending, and you can slow the speech down.
Voice alias pitch left right slider 89%.
To increase or decrease, use the arrow.
Or you can speed it up.
Voice alias pitch left right slider 84%.
To increase or decrease, use the arrow keys. Alt plus P.
So that is how you modify the voice and the pitch and the speech rate. I'm going to show you Research It. And I just click on Research It. Go over here to Configure Lookup. And these are all internet resources that if you have the kids use, Research It for like a research project that the JAWS will go to and help the students research different topics. You can turn them off. Turn them on if you don't want them to do something with the weather. You can click it off and it won't tell the weather. If you don't want them to look up NFL scores for their research, you can click that off or click it back on. You know, it's kind of endless on what your possibilities you can do with this, but I thought this was really neat, especially maybe for older students who are doing research projects. Another feature is the task analysis. And up here at task analysis, you can have it turned off, you can have it indicated with a sound, speak count, down here, symbols to check, if you want JAWS to recognize parentheses or Japanese parentheses, brackets, braces, angle brackets. Again, you simply click it on or click it off. Quotes, if you wanted to, there's a quote, JAWS will say quote and then read it. Or if you don't want them to say the quote part, you can click it off as well. Another feature on this one that it'll check is stray punctuation. So if a punctuation isn't where it needs to be, it'll catch it. Runs of spaces, missing capitals, inverted capitals. It'll also do font change to check, the name of the font, the size of the font, to change the color. If you don't want it to say the color, you can click it off. If you don't want the students to know what font they're using, again, you can click it off and it won't say the name. Another thing I like about JAWS, it has gestures. Now this might be beneficial for students that have other disabilities other than a sight impairment. You can go to Explore Delay and you just simply click on it and slide it from side to side. Here's double tap speed, so if a student has trouble double tapping fast, you can slow it down or you can speed it up depending on the child and the disability. That is what I want to show you on this part. JAWS also has a feature, if I can, that will let me see if I can find it. Explore the manual. I like this feature of JAWS because if you click on keystrokes, it'll pop up. Sorry, my computer's a little slow today. it'll give you a list of all the keystrokes that you can use using JAWS. As you see, go back a page, it's Alt left arrow or backspace. Go forward a page, Alt right arrow. And this is really handy for people that don't know JAWS. Like, I don't really know all the shortcuts like some of my students do. So to teach them, this is something that I would print off and use myself. So if they need help going to the next line, I say, okay, hit the tab button, and that's what they would need to do that. So I just wanted to show all of you that this feature is built into JAWS, and this could be something that I would use a lot, and maybe you would use a lot. Advantages of JAWS. JAWS allows a person who is blind or has a visual impairment to use the computer, create a document using a word processor like Microsoft Word, read an article on the internet, receive and write an email, and interact with others using social networking, play some computer games. AudioGames.net has a collection of accessible games for the blind. And with the help of a screen reader, blind musicians now use an audio editing software to record, edit, and save their songs. Disadvantages of JAWS. Because visually impaired people only listen to a screen reader reading the text displayed on the screen, they don't usually have the chance to know the correct spelling of certain words. And also, screen readers use a computer-sounding voice, and some people find this very boring.